Yeah. If I did it, then I did it right. Yeah. This ain't happened for me overnight. Yeah. Bet against me, you gon' pay the price. Yeah. Down to business, I ain't playing nice. Yeah. So ahead of y'all, I'm out of sight. Yeah. When you pop it, they don't wanna slice. Yeah. Breed and envy, that's a part of life. Yeah. Mediocre, that just won't suffice. Better now than ever. Ain't no cracking under pressure. The boy's clever. If I did it, it was stellar. Nobody fresher. Stop complaining, man, my head hurts. These catchy records ain't nothing really but a walk in the park for me. Heard the catalog, you know I got some scars on me. Just getting started, you don't really wanna start with me. It's John Kill, I would sacrifice a heart in me for family, high roller. But you wouldn't know it by the way that I wrote up. Career lifespan looking good, it ain't slowing. One after another, man, I just keep going and going and going. Yeah, if I did it, then I did it right. This ain't happened for me overnight. No. Bet against me, you gon' pay the price. Down to business, I ain't playing nice. Yeah. So ahead of y'all, I'm out of sight. Yeah. When you poppin', they don't wanna slice. Yeah. Greed and envy, that's a part of life. Yeah. Mediocre, that just won't suffice. Keep myself grounded, that's a piece of me that I won't let go. No matter what level I reach, I promise to hold it close. Ain't gotta tell me this hitting different, man, I already know. How are you claiming we had a baby, we ain't never spoke? I don't be out here with random women on the road.
Today, from Highmark Stadium in Orchard Park, New York, it's Week 15 of the NFL on EA Sports. As we'll see Josh Allen and the Buffalo Bills taking on Lamar Jackson and the Dallas Cowboys.
Winter is just around the corner as you get a look at Highmark Stadium just south of Buffalo, New York. Today on to Week 15 in the NFL, and we've got a good matchup in store as it'll be the Dallas Cowboys taking on the Buffalo Bills. With Charles Davis, as always, I'm Brandon Gaudin. And Charles, you talk about storylines in this one. I think it begins and ends with our two quarterbacks, certainly two of the best in the business.
And nowadays, I don't think you can get by for long periods of time without a top-flight quarterback. The way the game is played, with all the responsibility he has and how the game flows through him, if he's not on the top of his game, your team's not going to benefit at all.
The byes are over. It's now a 4-week sprint to the finish, and we are underway here in Week 15. And this will go as a touchback, and they will begin things at the 25. So here are the Cowboys now ready to go on offense for the first time. Bringing them out is one of the most exciting players in the NFL every season, a former MVP. It's Lamar Jackson.
And I thought it was a really nice performance last week by him. 3 touchdown passes. I think that signifies exactly what he was getting done. He did have the 1 interception.
But that's the ratio you say you're okay with, right?
If you go 3-to-1, you're going to be pretty happy over the course of the season. And let's face it, he'll never blame the receiver publicly. But behind closed doors, he probably told his agent, hey, what's the deal? I should have had a perfect game.
That one tipped, and it's incomplete. Well, good hands there defensively. And second down. To throw is Jackson. Got an open man. It's Michael Gallup. And he gets this one just shy of the 40, down at the 39. 14 yards, good for a Cowboy first down. And CD, defensively, you're going against a hot quarterback coming off a 3-touchdown game in their victory a week ago. Well, what's the big key for them to try to slow him down?
You ask all the tough questions, don't you, partner? Because with this guy, if you...
They're looking for Jefferson, but this is intercepted. Taylor Rapp with a pick. Inside the 10. And he is going to score. It's a pick six and a Bills touchdown. So a big defensive play there on the opening drive, no less, as they make the interception and bring it back for the score.
And I think that's a signal for how this defense wants to play. They want to be disruptive, and you know they're going to take some chances.
Well, sometimes it can burn you, but right there, it paid off. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. So the defense creating some points, not only getting the interception, but then returning it to the end zone for the pick six. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. Second drive forthcoming here for the Dallas Cowboys. They are back over the 500 mark for the season. Got there with a win a week ago, their second straight victory.
Well, they've definitely gotten better as this season has gone along, and from what I can tell, they know their roles.
And this intercepted on the first play of the game. Picked off by Jordan Poyer. And they will be set up now as he brings this thing all the way back inside the 20. Boy, Charles, a lot of action right out of the gate. The two teams barely off the buses. We've already had the touchdown and now the interception.
Yeah, whatever happened to the feeling out process? You know, kind of throw a few jabs out there, kind of circle the ring a little bit. Both of them throwing haymakers right out of the gate. And the second one was an interception that may cost him.
So here's a 1st and 10 now down inside the 20. So after the INT, it's Allen buying time to his left. And he gets it inside the 10 to the 9. Give him 10 that time, escaping the danger, running with it, and picking up a first down. To throw, it's Allen. Steps away. And he is into the end zone for a Buffalo touchdown. Josh Allen, a 9-yard touchdown run. And the Bills are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead.
Well, no surprise to anyone who watches the NFL there. Remember, Josh Allen, 7 touchdowns on the ground last year, added 1 more in the playoffs. In fact, the active leader in touchdowns by a quarterback with 39 coming into 2023. The big horse rides again.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And that'll make the score 14-0. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. Been a nightmare of a first quarter for him. 2 interceptions, 1 return for a touchdown. As he starts again here, 1st and 10. They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. And they will not get the come crazy. And he's going to get it.
Number 6, absolutely phenomenal performance. They were on top.
Up the first. The rushing numbers for Pollard last week. 18 field. Here's 2nd down and 7. Here's Jackson to throw. Finds his big tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 40. A nice pickup there of 11 yards, and it'll move the sticks.
You can almost hear the sigh of relief coming from their sideline and from their point on the field, because this has been a tough start for them thus far. A much-needed first down there. They needed something good to happen. Plays like that will continue to help them dig out of this hole.
And here he'll be brought down a little shy of the 35 at the 36. Counting down toward the midway point in quarter 1. On 2nd down, here's Jackson. Hits his target, the tight end, Mo Alley-Cox. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 25-yard line. Give him 11 yards that time and a new set of downs. Play action. It's Jackson. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
And their back's up against the wall a little bit, and they come through by forcing an incompletion. Now they've got to continue to ratchet up the intensity a couple of more times and get off the field before giving up any more yardage.
And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 13-yard line. They go play action with Jackson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And that'll leave him with a second and just a few inches left. They run straight ahead here with Pollard. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Cowboys. Tony Pollard with now 15 rushing touchdowns on the year. And the Cowboys have got it back to within a score. Bullet good on the extra point, and that'll make our score 14-7. A pretty long drive that time, 11 plays all told. And it ends with a 3-yard scoring run. And from the end zone, Deontay Hardy will bring it out. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29. The Bills come to the line to start their next drive. So both of these teams, Charles, coming off touchdowns now, but this offense, they just had to stand on the sideline, watch. And got his man complete. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 71 yards. And the Bills have taken a 2-touchdown lead now. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And it's now 21-7. Well, the offense wasn't out there for a long time, but they were out there for a good time. One play, and they're able to hit pay dirt. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. Offense back out there, and we shine the spotlight on the Memphis man, Tony Pollard. And he's sure looking like a lock for a 1,000-yard season. Don't know if he's going to get it in this game, but he'd probably like to just to get past that point.
Yeah, and if he doesn't, as you noted, there's still time, still opportunity. There's still more games to be played. So, yeah, it's not a lock. But barring injury, it certainly looks like he's going to get there. And what an accomplishment that is. Anytime you get over 1,000 yards, you're celebrated in the NFL.
It's been quite a season. Still a couple chapters left in that book, though. They go back to Pollard on second down. And he'll be upended at the 28-yard line. Just a 3-yard gain there. When you look at this Buffalo defense, it's quite a unit. #1 in the NFL against the pass.
And when you're getting ready to face the #1 overall offense in the NFL, it does not matter where you rank defensively because you got your hands full. You don't know what you're going to face, but you know that that's a strong unit that you're getting ready for.
Call it a gain of 4, but not enough. The punt team going to need to be summoned here on 4th down. On 4th down, here's Brian Anger now to kick this one away. Deontay Hardy back deep. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. A 46-yard punt, 8 yards on the return. And the Bills will take over the football with a 1st and 10. Here's the Buffalo offense now as they get set to take over here. Well, partner, you know, coaches always say that every play is designed to score a touchdown. Sometimes that's not really true, but it's caught inside the 25. Touchdown. Stephon Diggs. 2 catches, 2 touchdowns here so far. And the Bills take a 3-touchdown lead. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead now to 3 touchdowns at 21. After After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now Lewis selects to return it. And that decision to bring it out ends up not being a good one. Cost him about 5 yards as he's tackled at the 20. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. And Charles, a very uninspired effort the last time we saw them out there. It was a quick 3 and out, and they punted the football.
Yeah, and you never want to get stopped so soundly during a series, but what would be even worse now is letting it happen again right here. They've got to get going.
It looks like a 12-yard loss there on the first down sack. We are in for a good one as we're through one on EA Sports. Start of the second quarter, and it's the Cowboys in possession. That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go. Pollard will take it up the gut. And just not much to be had there. 1 yard out to the 10. An extra defensive back here for the Bills on third down. From the gun, Jackson. He's got his man. It's Gallup. And he's going to get this to about the 20, but that is well short of what he needed. On is the punter, Brian Anger, to kick this one away. On the return, Hardy. So a good punt there, but a very strong 14-yard return. And out will come the offense as they take over. Buffalo offense ready to go for their next drive. Charles, this offense, they've been on a roll. 2 drives ago they scored. Remember last drive. This is caught at the 20. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs. On his way to a monster game, 3 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills are able to widen their lead here in this first half. Boy, Charles, this offense is just so explosive. They lead the league in scoring, and another example of just how good they are right there on that play.
Yeah, we often overstate about how explosive teams are, but this team is truly a threat to score on every snap, especially on the first few plays of any series. And a big streak like that only adds to their reputation as the league's best offense.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. Possession of the football going back to the Cowboys. These guys definitely hoping for a better showing than their last appearance. They couldn't really even move the football much beyond the shadows of their own goalpost, Charles. We'll see if they can get a better, more sustained drive going here.
Yeah, and every team that we ever talk to says the exact same thing. When you start a drive from that deep in your own territory, the goal is a minimum of at least 2 first downs, because even if you have to punt then, you change the field position, right? You flip the field a little bit. They didn't get that done. This time they want to string together a nice drive and help themselves out.
Here's 2nd and 7 now from the 28. Now Jackson. Swinging this out for Pollard. A gain of 3 last play. This time they double it and pick up 6. This offense so far on third down, just 1 for 3 thus far. This time they face a 3rd and 2. Jackson now. Able to find the open man. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion. They'll go with Pollard here on first down. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line.
Now that was an excellent run, and when you see that happen, that's when you're seeing guys doing their job and then some people doing a little bit more. Offensive linemen and tight ends, they're expected to block, but the wide receivers, all they want to do is catch passes. So when they block on a big-time running play and create extra space, you've kind of hit the jackpot there.
Starting to rack up the yardage here in this first half. 5 catches now and a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
They'll throw on first down with Jackson. Now that's into the hands of Mo Alley-Cox, the tight end. And he's going to get this down near the 20-yard line. Another nice gain, 16 yards there, and a first down again. Jackson. Pass incomplete.
It sort of looks like they still have some fight in them on this series because it seemed like things were headed for the red zone. But if this defense gets 2 more stops, they can keep them out of that area.
Now a 2nd and 10. Now a shotgun handoff to Pollard. 4 yards the gain, and it'll bring up a 3rd down.
That 2nd down play call was not to pick up the first down. It was to accomplish what they did to get them into a manageable 3rd down because they had incompletion on first down, so they were behind the sticks, so to speak. They needed to make up some ground, and they did.
And a quick throw here that's complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. Catch number 40 for him on the year. It's a first down.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw. And they're set up now with a 1st and goal.
Jackson. He's got it. That's good for a gain of 6, 2nd and goal.
I know sometimes we can get fooled when we watch him make catches, as we just saw him do there, because he really looks like a wide receiver the way he goes about his business.
Yeah, 230, 240 range.
Yeah, not super huge. Maybe not counted on to be that inline point-of-attack blocker that we used to have in the good old days, but you can flex him out. You can run wide receiver routes with him. You can make him a primary target, and that's how he'll shred a defense.
3rd and goal, trying to make that scoreboard at least a little more respectable. Here's Jackson. Feeling the pressure here and taken down. A sack back at the 7. And the defense rises to the challenge. They get him down for a loss of 2, and it brings up 4th and goal.
That's quite a stand there defensively. A huge sack on 3rd down, and that's going to force him into a field goal attempt.
Here's Randy Bullock now as he'll go for the field goal. From the left hash, a chip shot here. Bullock's kick is good, and that drops the deficit from 28 to 25. Well, I don't know if they would have gone for it on 4th and goal anyway, but the sack on 3rd down pretty much made their mind up for them.
You're exactly right about that, and this is a tough place on the field to take a sack because, as you just noted, it took the decision-making away from them. Now they have to go for a field goal instead of potentially going for it.
A solid return, pretty good field position. They'll start at the 32. The football back to the Bills and Stephon Diggs. He might be on his way to a record-setting performance. So good here. We're only in the 2nd quarter.
And it's so interesting when we watch these types of days unfold for a receiver because they need a quarterback throwing it accurately, people to block for the quarterback, so many other variables. But, boy, he's getting it done, and in a big way. Right now, he wants to rock on every snap.
Yeah, he's counting his yards in the hundreds, not the tens. First down, and they're going to throw with Allen. And this will be caught at the 30. And all the way home for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Bills will extend their lead in the final minute of the half. Week after week, Charles, when we see this offense operate, I don't know, they just seem to get more impressive.
They certainly do, and let's face it, it's no surprise they're the best in the NFL in scoring. This team designs things well and executes even better. And here, it only takes a few snaps before they're in the end zone. That's how they demoralize teams. That's how they put them on notice.
Extra point by Bass, up and good. And a rout is on here in this first half. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Cowboy offense going to head out now late in this first half. And with a little under a minute remaining, they may try to put something together here just to try to cut into that deficit. On 1st and 10, it's Jackson. Throw left side, taken in by Jefferson. And he's taken down, but able to slip across the 35. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now it's Jackson. They'll drop this underneath to Pollard, and they will only muster a yard here to the 38. The Cowboys going to use their second timeout now, as the clock will stop with 45 seconds to go in the first half. "38-yard line, 2nd and 9. Throwing is Jackson. Throw over the middle, going to be caught here by Mo Alley-Cox. And able to break one tackle, but then quickly brought down. But a nice little gain. On 3rd and 1, Jackson. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And he's got a first down as the tackle made at the Bills' 42. The Cowboys signal for their 3rd and final timeout. And with halftime on the horizon, they'll be out of timeouts from here forward. Jackson on 1st down. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. So on 2nd down, the field goal unit is on here as they try to get 3 before half. And this one is no good. He missed it. And they will remain well behind. So we've reached halftime here in Orchard Park, where the Bills taking the lead into the break. As we'll head down to Orlando, that's where we find our man Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach.
Okay, Brandon, time for a sprint to the finish, as it's time to get you caught up with what's happening around the NFL here in a pivotal Week 15. We'll get started down at Hard Rock Stadium in Miami, where you see the final score there. Aaron Rodgers leading the way in the victory with 3 touchdown passes. From there, let's get over to Arizona to check on the Cardinals at home in Glendale. And they trail in that one as it's the visiting 49ers who are out in front. Brandon Ayuk, a touchdown reception. Lastly, we head to Southern California to check on the Rams at home at SoFi Stadium. As you can see, the score, a touchdown reception. The Bills got a terrific first half from the man on the cover, quarterback Josh Allen. He had it going right away. 2 touchdown passes in the first quarter, 2 more in the second. 4 touchdown passes all told. And he's likely not done yet.
All right, Coach, thank you, and we welcome everyone back for quarter number 3. Bills with the lead, and they'll get the football first as the second half is underway. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. And all in all, a pretty solid return. Nearly got it to the 35. They'll mark him down officially at the 34. And now we move our focus to Stephon Diggs. What a game for him, Charles. 4 touchdowns. Heck, for a lot of guys, that's a good season number.
You're exactly right. And let's face it, we have to stand up and applaud this one, even though we're supposed to be neutral, because this doesn't just happen by accident. This isn't 4 times where the defense just falls down or breaks coverage. He's worked awfully hard, changing routes, changing areas, changing angles, and getting open for touchdowns.
We knew he'd be... He's got it at the 15. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs with career touchdown number 145, tying it with Marcus Allen for 6th on the all-time list. And the Bills are pouring it on. Even though he was forced from the pocket, still able to adjust, make the long throw, and it ends with a really big touchdown.
Yeah, moving to his left. The key to everything when they're moving outside of the pocket, doesn't matter which side, making sure those shoulders get around and you get back square so you can get everything on the throw and create the big play we just saw there downfield.
An extra point by Bass, up and good. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. The Cowboys offense now, they head out for their first possession of the second half. Off the play fake, here's Jackson. Now a quick throw there, but it's going to be incomplete.
And there's another stop. One of the league's best defenses is certainly bringing it again this week.
An incomplete pass leads to 2nd and 10 from the 25. Now it's Jackson. This one brought in by Jefferson. He'll be dropped after a gain of about 6 across the 30 to the 31. This now a 3rd and 4. From the gun, it's Jackson. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Cowboys first down. They needed 4. He doubled that. He wound up getting 8.
Partner, you know when we call a game, we talk about Lamar Jackson and his speed and his elusiveness and the ability to get him on the ground and how tough that is for a defense. But how about his development as a thrower, as a professional?
So from the 39 now, they'll come up on a 1st and 10. Again, Jackson. A short throw. This is caught by Cox. And that's good for a pickup of 10 yards. And they'll be left with a 2nd and about a foot.
And there's a completion to the tight end. And look at the size of these players nowadays. At that spot, 6'4", 6'5", and up. A lot of guys used to be basketball players, somehow came back to football. And that's really good for the game of football. You're getting better athleticism, great hand-eye coordination, guys who know how to control their bodies when they run their routes.
On 2nd down, it's Pollard. And he'll be brought down at the 48-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, 1st down.
2nd and inches is oftentimes an invitation for an offense coordinator to take a big shot downfield because he feels like he can come back on 3rd down and pick up the 1st down. But sometimes you just don't want to break tendency. Stay with what you are, stay with who you know, and go get the first down. That's exactly what they did.
Here's Pollard again. And he can only manage to get a couple. 2nd and 8 coming up.
They suspected it was a power play up the middle coming at them, and boy, were they right. That defense got downhill in a hurry and limited them to just a couple on first down.
On 2nd down, Jackson. He finds his man, Pollard. And he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. Throwing now, Jackson on first down. Quick hitter here, it's complete. That'll go for a gain of 7, and it'll be 2nd down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. And he's going to be met at the line of scrimmage and taken down. Calling no gain that time as it's going to leave him with a 3rd and about 3 to go.
When we talk about defenders, specifically linebackers, keeping their eyes in the right spot, he had that eye down the entire time.
And you know that's not easily done because they throw a lot of misdirection at you. They try and fool you and get your eyes in the wrong place. But you're right about that one. He correctly figured that one out and made a really nice play.
Well done to sniff that out defensively. He had it diagnosed pretty quickly.
I love that description because diagnosed is perfect on that one. Read his keys, made the play, and he couldn't even get going moving the football.
I guess they figure they got to start taking some chances. Here's a big one in this 3rd quarter as they'll go for it on 4th down. They'll run for it with Pollard, and he's going to have a first down here as he gets this one to the 17-yard line. Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. He's got a man. It's his tight end. That's complete. This will be stopped about 2 yards shy of the marker. 8-yard gain, 2nd and 2. Play action. Now Jackson. And he's going to go down. Sacked right around the 17. Von Miller in there to get him. Sack number 14 for him on the year.
All about the offense so far this drive, putting something sustained together. But the defense, they responded on that play. 2nd and manageable became 3rd and long. The drive marching to the end zone is one play from stalling out.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down. And that's complete to Cooks. And almost, but not quite. Needed 10. He got 9. 4th down.
That pattern and scheme was well defensed on 3rd down. He tried to just sprint from one side of the field to the other, and they got it to him quickly. But no chance at yards after the catch there, and they stop him short.
Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now they'll throw here out of the gun.
Oh, for the 3rd time, Jackson going to be intercepted. And the Bills are going to get the ball back on the turnover as they hold on 4th down.
Well, that's 3 picks he's now thrown in this game.
And I know this, the holiday season, because here we are in December.
Giving.
Right, it is the season of giving. Maybe for his own sake after the game, he may have to announce that he's donating certain amounts to charity for each interception that he threw.
Allen and the Bills now with a 1st and 10 at their own 21. Out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. And that's caught inside the 30. Touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 79 yards.
And the Bills will add on to their lead here in the final minute of the 3rd.
Well, this is exactly where I expect teams to take a shot. Right after a turnover, you count on the defense being a little bit jumbled coming out on the field, maybe catch them back on their heels, and that's exactly what they did there. They threw it downfield and really created a big play.
Yeah, you said jumbled. They were the definition of jumbled defensively. One play and into the end zone. Tyler Bass now for the point after. And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter. Those are the kind of drives they like on offense, from the coordinator to the quarterback, the line, everybody. One play drive and into the end zone for 6. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. About set for this next drive by the Cowboys offense. Well, we're still in the third quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable now. Or win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles. But I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
And Pollard going to pick up a Cowboys first down as the tackle going to be made up at the 37. And they're not going to get to the line to run another play. So we will switch ends as the third quarter has come to a close. We'll return with more after this. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Operating from the gun, Jackson. That's dumped off to Pollard. And he'll get nothing out of that one. So they'll get nothing out of that play, and it'll be second down. Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. 9 yards, and that leaves him just short, so it'll be third and less than a yard. Back to throw. Jackson. Flushed. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down. And Oliver in there to get him for a loss of 3, and it will be 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now, as he's on to punt for Dallas. And this one hits at the 3 and then bounds into the end zone for a touchback. Here's Stephon Diggs as he and the rest of the offense get ready to go again. Let's see here, Charles. 6 catches, over 100 yards. Call that a pretty good day at the office.
And I love the accumulation.
And that's caught inside the 35. A big play here for Buffalo. 58 yards.
And even with the game seemingly in hand, they're continuing to fire away, pressing the ball down the field. Listen, it's worked all day. No reason to go away from it now.
And that is caught. Touchdown, Buffalo. Deontay Hardy, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Bills add on to their lead, and it's looking like that win streak is going to extend another week. Here's Bass now for the extra point. Now this one was over a while ago as they just add on to their big lead. The quick strike ability certainly intact there. 2 plays, 80 yards to score it. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now Lewis selects to return it. And only able to get this to the 19, so probably should have opted for the touchback. Here's the Dallas offense now heading back out onto the field.
Their mini two-game win streak appears it might be going by the wayside unless they can pull a rabbit out of their hat. Throwing on first down, it's Jackson. Throwing middle, and it's complete. A good gain of 9 before he's brought down at the 28. Just need a yard here, 2nd and 1. Jackson from the shotgun. To the right side and complete to Jefferson. 70th catch for him on the year, and like so many others, this goes for a first down. Looking to throw. Jackson. And that one too far in front. He couldn't reel it in. It's incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
And this one too low. And this offense on 3rd down today, they've converted 5 times in their many chances thus far. This is 3rd and 10. Complete. Jefferson the target. And he'll only get this to about the 44 as they stop him short of the line to gain. So they'll get 8 out of that completion. And it'll be 4th down. Here's Brian Anger now. He's been one of their few bright spots so far. Averaging 50 yards a boot so far as this one's away. And that'll hit at the 5 and go into the end zone for a touchback. The football back to the Bills and Stephon Diggs. He's been a load for them to handle defensively, I know that much.
Well, look at him. He's got 7 catches on the game, and he's starting to shred them a little bit because not only is he catching them, he's picking up good yardage, keeping the chains moving, ball control, you name it. This big guy, what did you say? He's been a load for them to handle?
That's right.
Agreed.
This 7 catches. Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. Touchdown, Bills. Stephon Diggs. An 80-yard touchdown. And the Bills are closing in on a 14-0 record as they extend their lead. Oh, when coaches come into a game preaching total team effort, CD, I think this is the type of ball game that they're dreaming of. It was pretty apparent early on that they were clicking in all 3 phases. It's been fun to watch.
Yeah, sometimes in the NFL you end up with matchups like we've been watching here. And when you go back to the early drives, you can just see that one squad was on a different level in this game. Safe to say, we have been disappointed in watching their execution throughout this contest.
After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. Now Lewis selects to return it. And he'll be stopped right around where he would have been had he gone down to a knee, maybe a yard shy of there at the 24. A time to get another look at this Cowboys offense. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys...
And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Taylor Rapp with a pick. And his guys are going to take over at the 31-yard line. Well, partner, I got to tell you, I'm trying to think of something positive to say for this offense, but I'd have to be a spin doctor for that one. This has been a tough performance to watch.
And I think it's hard at this point to actually identify what's really gone wrong. I guess the catch-all is everything. Doesn't sound like real sharp analysis, but I don't have much else for you.
And the scoreboard. He's got a man complete. And this is caught for a Bills touchdown. Stephon Diggs, 31 yards. And the Bills extend their 4th quarter lead, and they are
are closing in now on a 14-win campaign. Well, Charles, just impressive in all three phases. Offense, defense, special teams have really done their job. And here the offense doing its part yet again with another score in the fourth quarter. And we remember, of course, all scoring plays need to be verified upstairs. And I think they're going to at least take a look at this. They're taking a peek at whether or not those feet were in bounds. And obviously a big call here in the end zone. And not just the feet. How about the hands? How is the ball possessed while the feet are hopefully getting down in bounds? That's what they're trying to look at to see if it all comes together. So they called it a touchdown originally, and this will stay a touchdown after the video review, so they had it right. Extra point by Bass, up and good. And this one was over a while ago as they just add on to that big lead. After the touchdown, Bass to kick it away. This will come out to the 25 as Lewis going to opt to not return it. The Dallas offense here set to begin the drive. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first. Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow. And this one is going to be off the mark, too far out in front. And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. That's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other. 2nd and 10. Here's Jackson again. That's Gallup on the slant. And he'll be stopped right at midfield. It's a gain of 13 for number 13, and it gives him a first down. From midfield now, here's Jackson. Steps away to his left. And he'll wind up picking up about 4, as that is going to bring us to the 2-minute warning. So the Cowboys in possession of the football here as we get you reset. 2nd and 6. They're looking at 2nd down now as they search for a consolation score. To throw is Jackson. He throws it on the move but can't connect as that falls incomplete. Another throw there off the mark, and obviously he's battled all of the interceptions. Things just haven't been true to form for him. I don't know. What do you think's going on out there, CD? That's a great question, and my suspicion is he's been coached really well to not show that he's having a problem. You know, they always tell you no matter what, you keep throwing the football with confidence. Well, we're not seeing a confident thrower right now. He's off balance, the passing game's off balance, and the defense is taking advantage. They're going to need to get up and set in a hurry. They go play action now. Jackson toward the end zone, but that's going to wind up incomplete. So 3rd and inches, and this will be the 9th play of the drive. And Jackson throwing once more. Oh, he had him. He was open, but he couldn't get it to him. It's incomplete. This has obviously been a bad loss, but one of the few things they can still do is try and throw the ball all the way to the end zone and get some points on the board so they're not shut out over the final 2 quarters of this game. Here we go. It's Jackson on 4th down. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. They had to go for it with such little time remaining, and this 10-play drive winds up yielding nothing. And Allen is actually going to throw it here. Forced out to his left. Now he'll let it go on the run. Deep left side. A big play here for Buffalo. 48 yards. Already over 1,000 yards receiving this season. That catch is just going to add to his total. Certainly not resting on his laurels. He's trying to continue to gain as many yards as possible and continue this big season. So the big play changes the complexion of things. Here's 1st and 10 just outside the 30. Allen on the move to his left. Allen hit. He lost the football. It's picked up by the Cowboys.
Well, maybe it hasn't exactly been a Rembrandt, but they've been...
And now, as with every potential turnover, they're going to take a second look at this just to make sure. Now the question, was the knee in fact down before this ball comes loose? And is the video convincing enough to overturn it?
A lot of factors here. Remember, you also need clear possession of the football afterwards. This is a tough one to overturn.
So that one overturned. They say the knee was down, and that will not be ruled a fumble. Allen going to throw, rolling to his left. And he takes it in for the score on the game's final play, so it doesn't affect the outcome, but a little whipped cream on top to their ending.
Or as our friends in Bayou Country would say, that's a little lagniappe, a little extra on top.
So it's a victory here for the Buffalo Bills, and it was a game where they were off and running in the first quarter, Charles, and never looked back.
You know, partner, after a while, we always say the same thing, don't we? They set the tone early, right? They started fast. So I asked a few of my horse racing friends, do you have a term for me that we can use to cover that? And they said, yeah. When a horse breaks out like that, you say he caught a flyer out of the gate. And that's exactly what this team did today. I mean, they jumped out there, jumped on them, and were never headed.
So for Buffalo, they move ever closer to the perfect regular season as they run things to 14-0. And they will hit the road next week. Meanwhile, for the Cowboys, their playoff hopes take a hit as they drop to 7-7. And they'll look to regroup next week as they head down to Miami to take on the Dolphins. So that's a wrap. For Charles Davis, I'm Brandon Gunn. And this has been a presentation of the NFL on EA Sports. For more, check us out at easports.com. With that, we say so long from Buffalo.
I should have served the other one, but he right back for another one. Quarter on the quarter, how you double up right off the bus. Soon as he touch down, run the money up. One-on-one. Water, a little vinegar mix, it's tough enough to take another. Still plenty room, you get money with my run, been nothing but a stun. I done up a bunch of them. This what got them ducking me. They don't come out the house like a punishment. The ones they jump.
Why would I hold a man for ransom when my scope like Richard Branson? Since the basement making anthems over seasons with the man in black is teasing with my Panthers. Pretty girl, she think I'm handsome. Just coasting through these mantras. I'm not bossing, I'm advancing. I'ma keep it moving till I be on before below. Wanna be intimate with soul, explode this war before I go. And that's some hours in my face way. Now it's like work for 10K all cause it is pen gaming. Been insane in the membrane since them days where we raved for 3 days and 4 nights and took them red eye flights hot straight off the plane and through the back door of the place. Then I stepped on stage to be like,